Play some ratchet music.
Ratchet and Clank. Cork from Spotify.
I need a new Alexa, y'all. I think my Alexa's broken. I keep it juicy. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Griselda. As you can see by the title of this video, today I am going to be doing a date night makeup look. So I know in my previous video, if you guys did not watch it, you guys need to watch it. It is my best worst date ever. I will link that in this video. I will put it in the description box as well. I thought, because I talked about a date night, I thought, why not do a date night makeup look? So normally what I would do for like my either first date or a few dates, just to, you know, show him that I can clean up pretty good, because God knows I don't look like this all the time. But I know that this was a look that was also highly requested from you guys, because I did a poll. I said if you wanted a date night look or a fall look, so that's the reason why the fall look is with the chit chat get ready with me, where I talk about my best worst date. You guys do not want to miss that video. It is so, I guess, funny. I literally, it's just a funny video. But anyways, this is my version of a date night. Whether you have been dating this person forever, you just want to look put together, where you can match this makeup look with anything that you are going to wear for that night, whether it's daytime or evening. You can definitely change whatever you feel like to best fit you, but this is what I find that I look the best in, and I feel like it's super clean, it's super easy, it's not too over the top, and like it's just neutral. If you want to learn how to achieve this look, then just keep on watching. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the eyes, and I'm gonna be using my P.Louise number 4 base, and we're just gonna go in with a fluffy brush and apply that all over the lid. Usually I start with the foundation, but I just want the eyes to be super simple. So we're just gonna get the eyes out of the way, and then we are gonna focus on the skin, because I feel like when you're on a date, you want your skin to be super glowy. So I wanna be able to like show you guys step by step what I like to do to achieve that look. For the eyes, I'm gonna be using the Dream Palette by Sigma in collab with Beauty Bird. So I'm gonna pick up this color called Frenchie. As you guys can see, I use it a lot, to go ahead and set the base. It just gives you like a really nice clean canvas. I feel like the eyes should always be super simple when it comes to either like a first date, because you don't want a lot going on and the guy just trying to figure out why you just did a black smoky eye with glitter. Like, I feel like that is, to me, a little too much. Unless you're into that, by all means. But for me, I like a super simple, clean look, and it just looks really nice like with any outfit that you pick out. Okay, so moving on to the crease color, we're gonna pick up this color called Boo Boo, and I'm just picking up a MAC 224 brush, and I'm gonna place that right in my crease, and I'm just gonna go back and forth. So I'm using this color to deepen in the crease, but also to create transition. So as I'm applying it into the crease here, I'm also buffing it upwards, so it looks like I have a different transition color up here, but it honestly is just that same color, it's just lightly diffused, so it looks like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick up this Sigma shader lid E56 brush. I really love using this brush when I'm going in with my lid, especially if I want the application to be a little bit more precise. So it's a little bit more oval, as you can see, so it's gonna help me kind of place the shadow exactly where I want it. So I'm gonna pick up Frenchie with that brush. I'm just gonna start off by pressing it in. So it's gonna give you that semi-cut crease look, but it's not gonna be a cut crease. And I love using neutral colors because this look can go with anything. You can put on a trash bag if you want, and you'll still look real cute. Now we're gonna pick up Taco and Chill in this Sigma Angle brow brush. This is the E75 brush. We are gonna create a wing using brown. And what I like to do is I kind of like to stipple it on so I don't have a lot of fallout. You're almost gonna be creating like a neutral, like small, semi-small wing liner. So it looks like you tried, but not really. But you really did. This is also a perfect way to practice a wing liner by doing it with an eyeshadow because it's not as harsh and you can always go back in and just kind of blend it out. It makes it super easy. We're gonna pick up this chocolatey color called Woof Woof and that same angle brush. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna push that darker color right at the root of my lash line, so it just intensifies the color. It almost gives it like a smudged eyeliner effect, so it gives it a really nice transition, so it's not just brown. It goes from like a darker brown to a lighter brown. You can also pick up a darker color like black if you want to, so it transitions really nice. And then when I get towards the middle of the wing, what I start to do is kind of blending it all together so you can't tell where each color transitions. And again, I find it super easy to do it with eyeshadow instead of a liquid liner or a gel, especially if this is like your first time doing a look like this and you don't want it to look super crazy. This is like a super simple way to do it. The only thing is it is gonna take you some time, but you know, when you're getting ready for a date, you want to take your time with your makeup because you want it to look really nice and perfect and unsnatchable. Alright, so for lashes, I don't want them to be super dramatic, but I do want it to be a little bit more flirtatious. So I'm going to be using Yes Queen lashes by Lilly Lashes, and this is what they look like. They're super subtle, but they're very wispy and flirty towards the end. So it's going to complement the wing towards the end because it's like kind of giving you that really nice like flirty look. I'm going to try to get them as close as we can to the lash line, and if you can, try to use clear duo because I ran out of my clear glue. Why do I keep wanting to say duo? Now I just have to go back in and just kind of blend that out, which is not a problem, but if you are doing a look like this, I would highly recommend to do a clear duo. For my waterline, I'm going to be using a neutral eyeliner, and this is in the shade BCC by Milk. This is their longwear gel eyeliner, and when I tell you these are longwear, this is going to last in the waterline the whole entire night. Or if you're going to be going on a date during the day, this is going to last. So a lot of people always like ask me, what do I put in my waterline? It's usually eyeliner that's just going to neutralize my waterline because my eyes get really red at nighttime, so I always like to put on a neutral eyeliner so you can't see how red my eyes get. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the skin. I'm gonna be using my Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. I'm gonna do 2 pumps of that. This primer gives you like a really nice glowy finish to the skin, and I like to concentrate it like in this area. And I really like to work it into the skin. So usually, like when you're turning and talking and laughing or doing whatever, like you want those high points to be really nicely highlighted. It gives you like a nice like radiant finish to the skin before you go ahead and move on to the foundation. Don't mind this. Before I started filming, I started picking my face. You know, once you get started, it's a wrap, because then I moved on to my nose, and then now my nose is red, but we're gonna go ahead and cover that. We definitely don't want to look tired. We want to look wide awake. We want to look like we got 12 hours of sleep. So I'm gonna be using the Dragun Beauty. This is the DragunFire Skin Perfecting Potion. I do have a little bit of pigmentation right under my eyes because I haven't been sleeping well. I've been suffering of tension headaches, so your girl needs all the potion that she can get. I'm just gonna place a little bit of that here, not so much, and you know, a little bit right over here, here, and right here. And then I'm just gonna grab a flat brush and then just press that in. This is just gonna cancel out any dark pigmentation that you may have. Literally life-changing. So for those that have really dark circles like underneath your eyes, this is going to be your new best friend. You can use it at any dark spots, and it's just gonna help kind of color correct, because when you don't color correct, the pigmentation still kind of shoots through the foundation sometimes. You want to make sure that you don't skip this step. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. This is a up to 24-hour wear, which I love because sometimes, you know, dates last 24 hours. Just saying. Start from the morning and then it just ends up being like a 24-hour situation. It's never happened to me, but well, has it happened to me actually? But we're gonna be using this. I use the shade 50 and N, and then we're just gonna use a beauty blender to apply that. And I'm just gonna start pressing that in, and I usually like to start where I placed the color corrector. What dark circles, what dark circles, look at that. With this foundation, I found that you just have to take your time and just kind of like work it in, because it gives you like a really nice like skin like finish. We don't want to look cakey. Whoever you're on a date with is still going to be able to see how bomb your skin looks underneath. So to highlight, we're going to just apply the Stay Naked concealer, and I am using 40 in Y. This is a perfect color to highlight. We're just gonna brighten this up. We're just gonna blend that out. I love how it instantly like brightens underneath the eyes. And we're just gonna flip the beauty blender over and just blend everything together. You're just gonna show up to brighten up your date's life. Alright, so to warm up the skin, I'm going to use this Nars Velvet Matte Foundation Stick in the shade New Orleans. It's a dark 2. And then we're just going to place that right underneath the cheekbones to contour. And then I like to add a little bit here and here. And we're just going to start blending that out. I find that using a cream product to kind of warm up the skin just gives you a more like glowy, flawless finish to the skin, especially when you set the stick with a powder, because you don't need to use as much powder, so you're not building that powder on top of your foundation. By the way, if you have not watched my last YouTube video where I talk about my best worst date ever, you guys need to watch it. I will make sure to put it right here or here, either side, so you guys can watch it. And if you have watched it, I appreciate you. I was reading all of the comments, and oh my god, you guys are hilarious. It was definitely an experience, I will say. Something I was not expecting at all. I mean, I wasn't expecting to pick up on a guy either, so it was kind of like, okay. But you know what? You only live once, and if you don't experience stuff like that, like, what do we have to talk about? You know, it gave me a story to tell you guys, and I feel like now we're a lot closer. That's how I feel. And now you guys know how bad I want to become a detective. I mean, low-key, I am a detective. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of things that I probably shouldn't know, but, you know, it's kind of scary. But I wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change it for the world. Most of you guys are probably thinking, why am I putting dark in between my bottom and my upper lip? But this kind of defines your lips a little bit more, so it makes your lips look a little bit more poutier. Not that I need it, but if you want a cool trick, that is it. But just like right here, I think I put too much. It just kind of creates that shadow, so you see how this shows more. You want to make your date want to kiss you, especially if you really want to be kissed by that person. If you're not, then I don't know why you're on that date, but that's like a cool little trick that I've picked up as well. Like I said, not that I need my lips to be a little bit more, you know. So I lost a little bit of that definition like right in here, so I'm just gonna go in with that concealer again, and I'm trying not to put too much product. I'm gonna blend that out. I want to hear some of you guys' stories. Like, some of you guys did share that you have experienced a similar situation, but I want to hear other stories. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a best worst date. It could be like the best date. I love love, and I love to see like other people happy. So now we're just gonna blend all of that together, and I'm just gonna use the other side of the beauty blender to kind of disguise it a little bit. Okay, so now picking up my Morphe E8 brush, I'm gonna pick up some translucent powder, and I'm just using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I always make sure that before I set underneath my eye, I kind of press in the concealer, because sometimes it does crease, so you want to make sure that there is no crease before you set it. And then lightly, we're gonna press it in. And I'm using the lightest layer of translucent powder to set the contour. I'm going to use my Morphe Megastar bronzer. Because I'm using the bronzer to set the contour, I'm going in super light-handed. I'm not going in and just, you know, adding the bronzer, because I don't want the cream product to pick up the powder and it make it look muddy. So I'm also holding the brush back here so I'm not like putting too much pressure. And also like that, you're not adding like a powder and then a bronzer and then a translucent powder. So you're layering too many products on top to give you a super matte look when the look is supposed to be a little bit more glowy. So as you can see, when I turn, you can still see the glowiness of the skin, like right here. You know, you want to let the guy know that, or girl, you came to this date already glowing, okay? And that's on period. Poo. The only areas that I would highly recommend to really set is the areas where you are super oily. So for me, I'm super oily in the T-zone. Those are the areas where I would naturally set more than the rest of my face. And if you're like me, that is probably nervous and sweating and like, you know, all of that stuff, I usually overset this area right here, because let me tell you, when I get to sweating, that's a wrap for my makeup. It's not fun. Let's just say that. To set my nose, I'm going to be using Hoola by Benefit. Again, we want to go ahead and start off lightly. And the trick to give you that really cute button nose is kind of do a round tip like right here. You're just doing like a circle, and it gives you like that really cute button nose. Now using that Morphe E8 brush, what I like to do so the nose is not super harsh, you just want to kind of blend everything together. See the difference? It just blends everything all into one. And I'm just going in like circular motions and then just go over it. For blush, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow Palette. I'm going to pick up that same brush that I use to set my contour. Pop that like right on the apple of the cheeks. And I'm using a shimmery blush because, again, I want to make sure that like I look like I'm naturally glowing. You know? Oh my god, you're making me blush. In real reality, no. I want to know what you guys like to do on a first date. Like, do you guys like to go to the movies? Do you like to just do dinner? Do you like to Netflix and chill? Do you like to do bowling? A girl always likes to eat. So, if you're going to take me out, you're going to take me out to eat. I don't know. I just love food. But I also like bowling. I also like rollerblading. That's like one of the things that I like love to do. I love to rollerblade. So I like to do that. I like when a man can cook, because if a man knows how to cook, that is just like, you know, honestly, it's like a penny dropper. But yeah, I want to know what you guys like to do on a first date. I found like I also do need ideas when I do go on a first date, because I'm like, I always like to go eat, but then after they're like, do you want to go to the movies? Like, no, what am I gonna do at the movies? Like, I'm not gonna be able to interact with you and talk to you. Like, I want to be able to do something fun. Do you know what I mean? All right, so let's go ahead and finish the bottom of the eyes. We're gonna pick up Taco and Chill. So we're gonna place that right at the bottom of the lash line, and I'm not gonna bring it all the way in. I'm gonna leave it like 3/4 in. Also gives it like a really flirtatious like look, so even if you're not trying to like smize at the guy or the girl, like you kind of are. And then I just go in with a clean pencil brush and kind of diffuse that so it looks effortless. So for bottom mascara, you guys already know this is my go-to mascara. It's the Extended Play Giga Black Mascara by MAC, and this honestly is the only mascara that does not transfer underneath. Okay, so for the lips, I'm going to be using my Sweet Tea lip liner. So the trick is to do a lip liner, a liquid lipstick, and then a gloss if you want. You don't have to do the gloss. I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade called My Main. I think this is from the Desi and Katie collection. This is like the perfect like nude color because it's like a peachy nude. I feel like you can pull a color off that is not super nude, because if it's super nude, then it's just like, you know, I feel like it can be a little slutty because nudes are slutty. I'm just saying. So this one is like skin tone, but it's not too much. It's like super subtle, but you can see it. And if you're having dinner, you don't want it to look like separated and just gross. It just looks like, oh, it's like a flush of color. It doesn't look super crazy. Because on my last date, I actually wore a matte liquid lipstick and I ate and I had tacos. I was like getting all up in there and my lipstick just stayed. I didn't put any gloss. So I feel like this is it. All right, everyone, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this video was super helpful for those that are always questioning what makeup they should do on either their first date or when they are going on a date. I feel like this is such a neutral makeup look that can go with, like I said, any outfit. You can play it up with the accessories, you can play it up with the outfit, with the shoes, with the hair. This look is super clean and I feel like anybody can achieve it. It's super simple, it's super clean, and I just love how well put together you look. Well, I look, because that's the look I did right now. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.